Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deerigan. Alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Hey, LeRon.
Hey, Corey.
I missed you last week.
We missed you last week.
Yeah. Some people missed me last week.
Oh.
Some people think you're going to be the new host of this show, LeRon.
Here we go.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Did you see the one question we had tonight? I think it's all about you. So,
You scroll forward in the document.
Also here is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Hi, friends.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm happy to be here.
Great.
I had a long day today. I started off by participating in my child's kind of like a career day. He's in third grade, though. So I talked to the kids for 25 minutes, half on pharmacy and half what we do here at Boss Rush. And the kids were so excited. Oh, you play video games and you podcast and write about them. Oh, did you interview Mr. Beast? Did you interview Unspeakable? Do you play Fortnite? Do you play Roblox? You want to play Minecraft? I'm like, no, there's more to life than Mr. Beast and Fortnite. Damn it. I was going to hurl these kids out the window.
You should have said you were going to box Mike Tyson next week.
I should have. But anyway, it was still a cool experience. It was cool to see young kids engaged.
Good. That's fun. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kids, am I right? They're something.
They
Yes,
sure
they
are.
Yes, they are.
Stephanie, I met your kid this weekend.
I know. What was your impressions of my child in person?
He's awesome. He's so cool.
Yeah, LeRon, he was blowing up Corey's ego. He's like, this is the Corey? You're so famous, Corey.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh,
me feel really good.
That's exactly what Corey needs.
It's exactly what I needed. Yes, it was.
And then in the car, when we were bringing you back to your hotel, he's like, do you want a massage? And he starts breaking out in a happy birthday.
Oh, my God.
This
man.
kid.
Yeah. It was. He also has a weird obsession with UFOs and aliens, but that's
Yeah.
Oh, is he old enough to see Alien Romulus?
Well, no. But,
Well, I guess old enough is not the right word, because a buddy of mine has a 5-year-old that kid wants to watch everything. So he let him watch Alien Romulus, and the kid was not fazed at all. At all.
that troubles me a little bit.
Was laughing at situations, and I'm like, I'm sorry, he was laughing at the body horror? What?
I think that's called the making of a psychopath.
Yes.
And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not a complete prude, but that's a little worrisome.
Actually, what was better explained to me is that because that friend of mine, he actually works in production, like stage, theater, and television production, stuff like that. So his kid has been on the set before a few times, and so he kind of knows how the sausage is made when it comes to movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So.
All right, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that kid for the next few years.
Yeah. I got. Trust me, he's in my sights.
But no, my son was only talking about it because my parents were watching him that day, and my dad just was sitting in his chair watching the ancient history of aliens. So now my son's obsessed with aliens. I'm like, great, thanks.
That's how it happens. I got into Star Trek because my dad watched it all the time, and I just wanted to be close to my dad.
Yeah, well, he also watches a lot of Fox News, so I'm just gonna leave it there.
Whoa! We've gone too far over this bridge.
Oh, jeez.
I said I'd stop there. I'm just saying the things that your grandparents or family members watch and then your kids watch and then bring home is just very interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Anyway, aliens and my son, he's pretty cool, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He is pretty cool. You should be proud. He's a good kid.
Thank you.
Yeah, unlike my children who literally punched me when I walked in the door. So.
That's a sign of love. I punch people that I love sometimes. I threaten to punch my boyfriend in the balls all the time, and I love him.
Well,
I just made you so uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
It takes a lot more than that to make me uncomfortable. I just don't know where to go from there.
Okay, well, we were just talking about how our week has been. Are all y'all ready for Thanksgiving?
Oh yes, I can't wait to be with a bunch of people who don't want to be together.
Yes, yeah, my boyfriend and I we're just doing it for ourselves this year.
Oh,
and,
nice.
I'm doing like 80% of the cooking.
Naturally.
As a matter of fact,
what'll be his 20% contribution?
He's making basically like some sides and stuff like that. Nothing. I'm doing like the major stuff, And I just realized I'm missing some ingredients, so I gotta go to the store tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, the ingredients I need are easy ingredients though. It's not anything like, oh, we already have the turkey. We already have the major sides. This is more of the stuff I need to get is ingredients for a salad.
Well, we'll need pictures.
Oh yeah, definitely. My big thing this year, because I've made turkeys before for Thanksgiving, So yeah, my big thing this year is the dessert. I'm making like a casserole style banana pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we gonna get fat. I already told two of my buddies. I was like, hey, I know I can eat this banana pudding, but my boyfriend's not gonna let me eat this entire banana pudding, and he's gonna have his fill of it. So like, bring a container sometime Thursday night so y'all can have some.
Nice.
Which of course their girlfriends was like, oh hell yes! Like anytime LeRon cooks, we want it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, we're going to my parents' house, and we'll see who shows up and what fights break out and how early we leave because of those.
Do you have one of those obnoxious uncles or some shit?
No, no. More of a. It depends on which cousin.
Or is your dad the obnoxious uncle?
No, my dad hides from my mom's side of the family.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it just depends on which cousins show up and which fists are thrown, and it's sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not, and
what do y'all usually fight? What are they usually fighting over? Are they fighting over sports teams?
Who knows?
Politics?
No, just who knows?
Also, just really dumb shit. Then
look, here's the thing. Not to make this a whole thing.
Thanksgiving episode, yeah. Like we can say this for After Dark whenever we start.
Yeah, that was my fault.
But my mom's side of the family are the most overly dramatic, overly like woe is me family that I've ever met in my life. And I know some of them listen to this podcast, but I don't care. And they're just annoying as shit to be around, most of them. So some of them I'm okay. Most of them I avoid. So
understandable.
Yeah. Anyways, it all started when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I watched my mom fist fight my aunt in the middle of my grandma's kitchen.
Wait. Two grown ass women were throwing hooks at a holiday thing? What? That's just safe for the men. What the fuck?
Well, I don't know. My cousin and I were sitting there at the table eating sandwiches, and we watched them fight each other. It's like one of those like sitcom moments where like the kids are just like set pieces essentially for the adults to do stuff.
Yeesh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeesh.
Yeah, it was something. anyways, we're not we're not here to do that. We're here to be talking about video games. This is the Boss Rush Podcast. You can support us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Subscribing at a tier on Patreon grants you perks like the pre-show and all kinds of extra stuff. We are preparing your slate of content for 2025, and it looks
Get excited.
good. No thanks to me.
Did he freeze?
Very excited
Oh
for
no!
the slate of content. So I know I froze. I saw it happen, but it's fine. As always, your viewership and listenership is enough for us. You can subscribe to the Boss Rush Network on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, like the video. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating or a nice review. We would really appreciate it. You can find all of our content on bossrush.net, including banters, features, listicles, reviews, and more, as well as all of our video podcasts. Good times. Good times.
We work really hard on that website.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody works really hard on the website, except for me.
Yeah, me.
I don't contribute to writing. I try. I'm sorry. Trying my hardest. Who's got cool stuff? Stephanie, you got anything cool coming up?
Yeah, I will be interviewing the solo dev behind Farewell North this week,
Nice.
actually. So published date TBD, but we'll be talking about his game that released, and it's very narrative heavy, set in the Scottish Isles. Wonderful game. I highly recommend Farewell North. You play as a border collie named Chess or Chesley. I mean, you play as a dog. You have a bark button. It's awesome.
Nice.
And then I'm still trying to work out another interview with Adam/Crashtroid, who is involved with making music for Peglin. So I feel like I've been mentioning that, but I'm starting to firm up dates behind those two. So
yeah, these interviews are hard to lock down around stuff like the Game Awards or the Indie Game Awards or the joysticks
or just if Zencaster works, because I was
that
supposed to
too.
interview Adam last week. That's supposed to have been done, but for the life of him, he couldn't get Zencaster to work. And it wasn't a him problem because he's in audio and music. He could not get it to work. So.
Yeah, we're probably going to move off of Zencaster next year. Whatever program doesn't break LeRon's setup is probably the one we're going to go with. I'm looking at StreamYard, honestly, because they also do auto-generated shorts that we can also post and transcribe the entire episode. And yeah, they produce clips. They do all kinds of things.
Nice.
Automatically for the same price. So, and it's a better product. LeRon, you got any cool stuff coming up?
Nothing down the pipe that I hadn't already mentioned before. So yeah, nothing new, nothing serious.
Okay. For me, we finally rescheduled our interview with Daniel Posner from Finish Line Games to talk about Robots at Midnight and the Bossies.
Yay.
We have started our preparation for the Bossies, and we are extending the invitation, if you will, to others to help us present these awards, these boss keys, if you will. Voting for these games should be going out sometime this week, hopefully, or next. And we're going to get started on all that. So I'm very excited for the potential of the Bossies this year. Circle your calendars, January 16th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a Thursday. So
all right.
maybe 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure which time yet. TBD on that, but the 16th. Be there.
Nice.
Be square. So man, a lot of good people signed up for that already. I'm like shocked at how many people said yes.
You shouldn't be shocked, but okay.
Well, people are busy, especially during the holidays, and so. All right, let's open the show with listener inquiries, listener questions. You can write into the show by joining our Discord, or you can do multiple other things like email us or Blue Sky or all these other places. I don't know. We're trying to consolidate that though, so we can all kind of just go to one place and be like, "Hey, here's where the questions are. Leave them." Aiming that to be Discord. So join the Discord. Our first question comes from LeRon's secret crush, Marine Gamer 1289 via YouTube.
I have no idea what you mean.
Hello, my incredibly talented and sexy pod nasties.
I love that.
My question is this: would you ever consider doing a live show version of the podcast? I'm not saying to stream it. I'm saying at an event or at a theater somewhere. What would you do to make it happen? Could you do one at PAX East or West next year? Will LeRon take his shirt off on stage? Will Corey? Will Stephanie? Give me your bodies. I mean your thoughts.
Okay. So first of all, that means that they're just not my fan, because they include you and Stephanie in this.
No, nobody wants to see me with my shirt off. So.
Oh, whatever.
Thanks for continuing to keep my brain and my body entertained.
All right.
Well,
happy to be of service.
Are your DMs open there, LeRon?
They've always been open. I've never shut them. And guess what? I have the same handle on Threads and Blue Sky. There you go.
Nice. Well, we are trying to aim to have a panel at PAX East next year. Now, just saying that, everyone, all panelists need to apply, so that's not saying that's a definite. But we have considered it this year. It just didn't end up, come into fruition. So we would like to get a panel together for PAX East next year if we are accepted. I am most, like 99.9% sure I will be at PAX East regardless, because I live in the same state. Whether or not I take off my shirt, I don't think that'll be allowed.
I'm not sure that's allowed at PAX.
No,
I'm not sure that's allowed at PAX either. I mean, we could probably give them some fan service, but not,
You think if we wore one of those T-shirts with a naked body on the shirt, that would be allowed?
That wouldn't be enough for our public.
What if LeRon was wearing little tassels?
Yes.
Y'all, everybody's acting like I have this body that just like be stripping off shirts all the time.
I saw your post on Blue Sky the other day about some dude running. You're like, I'm going to start.
Those are the type of thirst traps that I want to create. Those are the type.
Get on it.
I have to get in shape.
You have 6 months until PAX.
Okay. That sounds like a challenge.
To answer that question though, I would love to do a live version of the podcast at PAX. Like
I would love to do a live version of the podcast as well.
Like that's what I really want to do at PAX is a live episode.
But here's the question, because that leads to a whole bunch of other things. Are we going to have the show notes on flashcards? Or are we going to have a teleprompter?
Like impromptu.
What we're going to do is have the audience ask us questions first of all,
that definitely invites for someone to want clothes taken off.
Great.
Come on, man.
And then we are going to.
You've never watched one of these panels when the guys from Supernatural were doing it, right?
No.
Yeah.
The last panel I watched, Stephanie was on, and Roger dressed up as what was that shirt he had on?
Like a team name shirt. Yeah.
And
then Baron and Adam had those hats on.
Yep, the Meowth hats.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, those Meowth hats are cool. I've seen pictures of them. Those Meowth hats are cool.
But yeah, that's what I'm submitting for the panel at PAX East, is to do a live kind of episode of the podcast, and
nice.
Maybe we'll take topics from people who are going to PAX. Maybe we'll have a guest or two on the panel, from
Mhm.
other shows, or I know a lot of people, like Grayson. So we'd have him on, or some other long list of people that we could probably potentially have. So,
Yeah.
and I'm sure Lasby will be there, so we'll probably have him on. Not Ed though.
Why not Ed?
I'm just kidding.
I was about to say. What I was about to say. Something changed.
No, I'm just kidding. I just like to give Ed a hard time because it's Ed. It's out of love. What about you, LeRon? What do you see a live show being like?
I definitely see a lot of Q. If we're gonna do a live show, we should just basically do a Q&A style, and maybe one topic, but it's got to be one topic that that gives the fans what they want, but also doesn't take away from the fans' participation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the last time I know we did the Nintendo Switch 2 bingo card thing. The last time was our submission. I thought about doing like an introduction to who we are, but I'm like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Well, weren't we consider Lasby's idea was more our video games art debate?
Yeah. I mean, we could look, we have 6 months to come up with a topic, I guess. But like, yeah, I mean, the video game as art thing would be a really interesting debate in a place like PAX, right?
Mhm.
And, and at varying degrees of where, how many games are, more art than business, and how many games are more business than art,
Mhm.
because you look at stuff like Call of Duty or NBA 2K, and those are just money making machines, right? But
Mhm.
and they're built for that. But then you look at all these awesome indies, and something maybe even like Zelda, or 100 other games, and you're like, oh man, this is art, this is amazing. So I would say that's probably high on the topic list. So, all right, our next question. Thank you, Marine Gamer, for writing in. I will not be taking my shirt off for you. I'm sorry.
I might take my shirt off.
Oh man, I put
or
layers
or,
on.
or at least lift it up, crop
We'll
it up
give
a
a little
little.
sneak peek, yeah.
You could do what girls used to do in like high school, where they would like rip the sides of their shirts and then tie them into little bows to like put them back together.
Why would I do all that?
I don't know,
I'm
because it'd be funny.
Why would I do all that? I would just do the. I was about to do it on camera. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, don't get us banned.
I could put a little black bar over LeRon.
Let's just say
Censored.
I do it prison/military style, where the front of the
Jesus,
shirt
sounds really dangerous.
goes up over where the front of your shirt goes up over your head, so it's almost like you're wearing a tank top, except it's a t-shirt, and your chest is all out.
Okay.
Oh boy! All right.
So
Mm.
technically, I still have clothes on, but you're seeing all the goods.
That's quite the visual.
I'll send y'all. I'll Stephanie Corey. I'll send y'all a picture of it later.
Great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And if I'm feeling nice, I'll grant y'all permission to put it on our Patreon.
Jeez.
Hey now.
I'm gonna have to change it to 18 plus.
I wonder.
There is a category for that. Also,
you know what? Maybe on our Discord, we should start our whole fit and sexy thing, because Stephanie does poll. I'm back in the gym. Yo, yeah. This sounds like a new Patreon perk. We need to hash that out.
Okay.
well, there's a new team function that I can add you to the Patreon as team members to add stuff if you want. So
look at me being thirsty for no reason.
Mm. Hey, I'm not disagreeing, and I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. I mean, it's a cool idea.
All right, next question.
Steven Myers writes in.
We cannot be horny on the Boss Rush podcast.
Yeah. We went from super serious topic about family and Thanksgiving to thirst trap stuff.
Hey man.
And just like that, After Dark finds its way into the Boss Rush pod.
It's a variety show. of the.
Oh,
Oh boy! All
oh
right,
man.
Stephen
Oh
Myers
man.
writes in. Greetings, ladies and gentle people. As 2025 comes into view, what do you hope to accomplish next year that you didn't do this year? What is the one thing you want to succeed in? Have a great holiday, and thanks for the pods every week. Well, LeRon,
I would like to commit to a video game and actually beat it.
jeez, that's a yeah.
I like to actually commit to a new video game and actually beat it.
I mean, Monster Hunter's coming out next year, right? So that'll be your
Yeah,
commitment.
yeah. And technically, when you see the credits, you technically beat the game, but have you really beaten the game?
Yeah, sure.
Because Monster Hunter walks that thin line of being a games as a service. So
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, I get it. Uh, is that it? Is that all you want to accomplish, LeRon?
Actually, well, actually, there are a few things like I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. That I just purchased a domain and actually am drafting up a website for my own venture. And onto some other stuff. I'm not trying to give a lot of information out about it yet, but basically, it's going to be all the nerdy shit that you guys have already seen me do for the past few years here at the Boss Rush Network, doing it in a more centralized location. But that doesn't mean I'm leaving Boss Rush. No, like you guys got me until I either die, y'all murder me, or I'm brain dead. you
Hmm.
know I'm in a vegetative state. You guys got me for unless one of those things happen. So yeah, like my own side venture, yeah, that's something I actually am looking forward to the next over the course of 2025. As a matter of fact, it would probably only take me the entire year to get it running. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like it's actually done and official by February. I just have to keep the momentum going and stuff like that. And I feel like there's so many different balls in the air because like the dynamics of my relationship are changing. The dynamics of like the person that I am as far as like my regular job are changing and stuff like that. So it's interesting. So yeah, but the side endeavor that I'm planning on doing, which is why I purchased a domain, like I'm working on a website and stuff like that. It's not. I say it's not going to be compared to the Boss Rush Network, but basically, like they're going to look the same, so people are going to swear it's a competitor and stuff like that. But it's not. It's my own thing.
Sure sounds like one, LeRon.
Hey, hey, if I get monetized before the Boss Rush Network does, there's a problem.
Not if you
Yeah.
cheat and take your shirt off. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you're not.
Disqualified for nips.
Hey, you're not trying if you're not cheating.
how
Jeez.
about
Stephanie,
you?
help me
Oh,
out. Get me out. What do you want to accomplish?
I'm gonna assume it's gaming related, right? So for my video game industry related goals for next year aren't directly related to playing games. I don't play as many games as I would like, but I'm thinking I'm playing as much as I can, being, single mom, full time job, two job, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. My goals for next year are twofold. One is to do a better job networking because I am painfully shy, painfully introverted. I'm doing okay. Like the last 2 years, I've definitely made strides, but I really need to be more consistent and better about it. Like there are times where we were at PAX and we recognized people that we met before, and I would refuse to go up to them, not because I am unfriendly, but because I don't know, I get crippling social anxiety. And even Pat was just zipped forward and I got dragged in the situation. And by then I was eventually okay. So I want to work on myself to be better at networking because people in the many, not all in this industry are actually pretty freaking nice and awesome people, and I miss out because of my own mental hurdles. My second one, wow, I was so into my first goal that I think I forgot what my second goal was. But that's my primary one. So, Corey, if you go, if I remember my second goal, I'll let you know. But
I mean, my goal for us as a team is to have our content become totally cohesive, and streamlined, and Stephanie, we talked a lot about it this weekend, and you gave us such a roadmap that was like really, something I kind of wanted to do for a while, but you kind of wrote it down and put it into perspective, and we kind of are ripping the Band-Aid off with that. And I'm
Oh, you
really
mean
excited.
drawing on a large piece of paper with my son's markers?
Yeah, he had a lot of great ideas. You know, playing the games and talking about the games we play. That was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and having the website and the podcast team feel like one team is a major thing that I want to work on, and do more than just the podcasts, which I think, LeRon, we talked a little bit yesterday about this.
Yeah.
And I think the way we've kind of come up with a plan is going to allow us to do that. Um, and I'm saying, like, I want to do, uh, Giant Bomb used to do these things called quick looks. I think they still do them, but I haven't really watched their content in a while. I just listen to their podcast now, but, um, where they would play like 20 or 30 minutes of a game and talk about it. Right. And that was it. It wasn't like a review or anything. It wasn't like it was just we're going to play this game and talk for 20 minutes, and if we talk about the game, we'll talk about the game, and if we get sidetracked, then we're going to get sidetracked. And I want to do that for all kinds of games, indies, um kind of somewhat major releases, Nintendo, especially with the new hardware coming out next year. So that's the goal. I want to do more of that kind of stuff, and I think we can do that with the new structure that we're planning for next year. So, and then I just kind of want to. I want to kick the door down. I mean, I feel like we've been peeking through the door for so long, and we finally opened the door this year, right? And now I just want to like blast
Smash
through it.
it.
Yeah, so, and that takes a lot of hard work too, like connecting and uh you know networking and having guests on and all of that kind of stuff. But again, that's all kind of part of the plan we wrote out, and I think it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to happen this year finally.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
did you
Yeah,
remember your second one, Stephanie?
I did. And this is to a lesser extent because I'm already strapped for time and resources, but I do want to be able to record some content of me playing games and contributing in that manner. Because I keep saying it and I haven't done it all year, so next year will be the year.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
it's yeah. I've got a whole, like, I have two setups set up for that now, and it's like there's no excuse now,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, uh, our next question comes from AK Munger via Discord. Fun fact: our very first patron. Uh,
We love you.
uh, they ask, "Do you actually like the Game Awards? I like watching them. For the hyper consumerist train wreck, but do not respect them because they do not respect themselves."
Mhm.
Maybe you answered it on last week's episode. I'm listening right now and love it. And then I think there were more comments on that in the Discord. But essentially, I like watching for the announcements. I think the awards are total BS. But I watch it for the announcements because that's the most exciting part for me. Because a it's a marketing thing at the end of the day, right? I mean, I know
Yeah.
I know Jeff Keighley tries really hard to make it feel like an award show, but at the end of the day, it's a marketing thing for influencers and podcasters and streamers and other companies to kind of put a new box on the shelf of a game of the year edition and all that kind of thing, right? And then the new game announcements. Also, I think we're all well versed in this space enough to form our own opinions around specific games, and obviously we have our own award show with the bossies and uh then we can make our own lists. It's just it's another, people like lists and people like watching things win things, and people like announcements, and so that's
Yeah.
what it's for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the same way too. I'm a lot more lenient on the Game Awards, not because I find it to be the ultimate source of truth
Mm-hmm.
with the awards itself, but at this, because my philosophy is I'm just here to enjoy. So
Mm-hmm.
if they, and like a couple of the awards, like I do like it. So it's kind of cool camaraderie. Again, like I feel like I enjoy it because I don't take it like hand to Bible or whatever phrase people would like to use. And I also like the announcements too. So I like to watch it because, again, of the camaraderie, the spirit of things, the announcements, and just for regular old entertainment. Because
Yeah.
bless his soul, but he's not the ultimate authoritarian on the awards, and that's okay. It's totally
Right.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do think he tries,
Yeah,
though. I mean,
yeah.
he's the only one that's really doing something to at least celebrate the games that came out this year, right? And kind
Hmm.
of look forward to next year. So, and with E3 gone, and you know everything else that's kind of come up and gone, like this is really the only thing that we have to celebrate games now.
It,
You know,
thank you for bringing up that point, because anyone who bitches about it, I'm like, all right, you go fucking start an award show.
yeah.
Go. And I'm not saying that like to put you down. Like if you actually do it and you do a better job, perfect. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, go do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's I like the celebration of games, and that's why I watch, you know. So, LeRon,
Hmm.
what about you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do I actually like the Game Awards? I'm honestly going to say no. Um,
Ooh.
but that's really because like I feel like while the show itself is good and it's definitely a celebration of video games and all that stuff, I feel like the way it's put together just does not it doesn't work. If I'm being honest, it doesn't work. Like if you looked at the golden joysticks, yeah, that was one that happened recently. Like you had like man, like Ben Starr shined at that thing. And it's like,
Literally.
man, yeah, I know. I'm telling you, this man is not safe on the streets if I'm out there. I'm just gonna put it like that. But anyway, but it's the way the show is put together. It. He's trying to go for like the Grammys or the VMAs or whatnot and stuff like that, and it just doesn't work because I feel like this show, what the show doesn't do well is generate hype. you know um it just puts stuff out there, and even the fact that like we have, like last week we talked about all the nominees and all this stuff, and then we also sidebarred and said the sad part about all these nominations and all these categories is like a third of these categories you're not even going to see like get the actual awards and like the nods on screen. You're just going to see, oh, this one won this category, this one won this category, and stuff like that. And I feel like it does a disservice because like if it's going to celebrate games, it needs to celebrate all these categories. It needs to give everything equal time and stuff like that. And he's got to find a way to do it. In a way. And when I say he, like Jeff Keighley, but also just the talent behind the production of the whole show and everything. They've got to find a way to equally celebrate all this stuff that they talk about and bring to the table, because like if that's the case, they don't need a third of these categories. That's one thing. um there's certain elements about the Game Awards I also feel like are lopsided. Like we get a, it's like we're getting blasted with world premiere, or this or that, and stuff like that. And then when it comes down to like the actual awards and actual people coming up on the stage and talking about like what they went through and stuff like that, all of a sudden, like, these people have like 20 seconds to talk, and stuff like that. There's just a balancing issue with it. But I've never really liked, I saw the very first Game Awards show when Samuel L. Jackson was the MC, You know, I saw the very first one.
on
I've
Spike
seen
TV.
Yeah, I've seen practically every one. There's been a few here or there because like I'm also I don't know like and I know that I know this we're doing our second annual Bossies like like real soon here stuff like that. I've always looked at not just the Game Awards, but I've looked at every award show as like like y'all just sitting me down for 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours to tell me what things I should like, stuff like that. Where what I think what we try to do at the Bossies is like we try to put the spotlight on the things that we feel that people need to know about, you know. And I think that's the real difference there. We're not telling you guys through our votes that you should like that game. We're encouraging everyone to like play those games or look at those games or take them in a different light and stuff, things of that nature. It's weird. Like I said, like the Game Awards has a balancing act issue and a balance problem is what I'm going to say about that. Now I do love seeing the announcements. I do love that. Like if sometimes it was not for the Game Awards, we wouldn't even know like some of these big games are coming. We would have to wait for like a YouTube drop or something like that, and at least like a lot of these companies are getting getting with the program and knowing that hey, if there's going to be like 10 million eyes watching this Twitch stream or this YouTube stream or whatnot, they're going to want to have their stuff up there front and center. There are certain people that are anomalies like Rockstar, for example. Like we're not going to see Grand Theft Auto on there. Grand Theft Auto is his own monster. It doesn't need the Game Awards. But yeah, I definitely like it for the new announcements and stuff like that. And here's the controversial one because I said this last year, and I think Stephanie wanted to come through the internet and choke me. I cannot stand the music section. I cannot stand the live music section. I feel like that's the one part of the show that needs to go. Even though the Alan Wake thing last year was amazing, but I feel
Okay.
like all the music stuff because there's usually 3 of it. And I'm not talking about when they actually get the orchestra to like do like the fanfare, especially for like the game of the year. I love when I actually love that part as far as the musical stuff goes. But for the rest of it, like that year they had Grimes up there singing. I was like, what is going on? you know, and yeah, there's just some things, I feel like this is where they could have actually invested time in those hurry up mode categories where like these games were nominated, this game won, these games were nominated, this game won, like yeah, yeah. I think this question was asked waiting for my answer specifically.
Probably.
Yeah. So
Seems about right. Yep.
yeah, so I mean, like you wanted the truth and I kind of slammed you with it.
Yeah. Game Awards. I miss Mr. Razor or whatever. Remember when they had the guy dress up as the giant razor, LeRon?
Yeah, I remember that.
The giant chic razor.
Yeah. I remember that. How I wish I forget that. I can forget that, but I remember that.
Which Muppet is going to interrupt the show this year, LeRon?
Let's see.
You want to take a bet?
See. Well, let's see. They've already had they've had Kermit, they've had Piggy, they've had Gonzo, they've had
Animal.
Have they had Fozzie?
No.
I know they had
Everybody's on
Animal.
Fozzie.
Yeah, that's the next one. That's the next one.
That seems like a slam dunk. I feel like that should have been an early one.
Because they've had the chef.
Mhm.
Did they have Bunsen and Beaker?
I changed my mind. I want that.
Or the old guys that sit in the balcony.
Yeah. Waldorf and Statler, I think that's the names.
Yeah.
Shoot, the fact that I know all these Muppets that might say I have a problem, but
dude, the Muppets are cool.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Fozzie and the Chickens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because they're always going for that comedic overtone anyway, and like Gonzo and Monster definitely had. I'm pretty sure Monster is going to be back, but I'm sorry, Animal.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzo and Animal. I'm pretty sure Animal's going to be back. But I think the new one that hasn't shown his face yet is going to be Fozzie the Bear.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense actually, especially with an anniversary kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, our last question. MH Norris writes in: Here's my festive question. What is the coolest gaming themed gift that you've ever received?
Mm.
Man,
I've got it right now. I've got it
uh-oh.
right now, and yeah. Um, hey, Steph, remember these?
Yeah.
That's the coolest shit because
Yay.
I was really kicking myself like when I let these things go. Like I saw them at Best Buy and I was like, man, like the only amiibos I really wanted to buy are the Monster Hunter amiibos, but the damn Metroid Dread amiibos look cool as shit. And then and then I went back a week later because I was like, I'm gonna get them, and they were gone.
Mm.
Yeah, I will say they are one of my favorite looking amiibos, in my
And
opinion.
wasn't this a happy coincidence for you? Because then you get like it wasn't like a mistake on your order and you wound up with two.
Yeah, I ended up with 2 of
Y-
them. I was like, all
Yeah,
right, sure.
yeah. I love the fact that you decided to not keep it and just have an unboxed one because you knew I was taking them out the box. You knew that.
All good. They are meant to be loved.
Yeah, like they're like it's funny like okay, so yeah, like my computer desk is cluttered, but I basically have it to where like the Emmy is standing on top of like one of my external hard drives, and
Hmm.
Samus is actually posed like she's going to charge at it. So like
Yep.
it's up on an elevated surface and Samus is below it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Nice.
And of course, my Monster Hunter amiibos are like various parts of my desk. Like two of them are right in front or right behind my keyboard, and the other three are like other places.
Mm.
But but yeah, that was the coolest shit. That was the coolest shit I got. That was 2 years ago for Christmas.
Wow, time flies. Holy
Corey's
crap.
laughing at me. Corey's laughing at me. What an asshole.
I know. I'm sorry.
Corey.
He's like LeRon's a fucking nerd.
Nerd.
Look in the mirror, Corey.
I know. I don't want to. Just a sad old man.
Scruffy looking.
I know. I need to shave too.
You
Oh,
you missed the Star Wars reference. Jeez, come on,
I,
man.
I heard it. Who's scruffy
You're
looking?
you're not on the ball.
Man, dude, I've got like 75 things on the brain right now. I'm sorry. Stephanie, save me. What's your best gaming gift?
I'm gonna kind of say a tie because one of them's not a gift, more free swag. So the true answer is a recent one by a particular individual for my birthday, an Oh Dear Diner mug from Alan Wake 2, because my complaint was I Am 8-Bit was selling the Oh Dear Diner thermoses, and for some freaking reason that sold out in seconds. I know Alan Wake's got a cult following, but geez, it sold out just as fast as the PS5 Pro 30th anniversary. Like, how the hell does a thermos get sold out that fast? And I was devastated, and this particular individual that got me this for my birthday seemed to know, and I'm happy with my Oh Dear Diner mug.
Sounds like
Um,
a cool guy.
yep. But runner up was Swag from Toge Productions, and it's a coffee talk apron. It's a great
Mm.
freaking quality apron,
Oh, I
by the
remember
way.
that. Yeah, you got that at PAX East, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. So like, even though it's not like a proper gift, so to speak, but it was given to me. Like I didn't purchase it, so thank you, Toge. It's a quality product, and I'm proud to wear it when I'm making food and stuff.
Yeah. Toge gives good gifts.
Yeah.
They gave me a keychain from
Mhm.
Space for the Unbound.
Ah, yes.
Speaking of which, wasn't there a birthday?
Oh,
There's yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yep. Sure was.
Mhm.
16 years. Happy birthday, Toge. Um, for me, I can think of two examples. They're both way older examples than yours, than your guys's. But my grandma bought me a Game Boy when I was 3, complete with Tetris and boxing and a little zip-up case, and that I could carry it around with me. I still have it. It's sitting back there, complete in box on my shelf over there. And then she also bought me my Nintendo 64 for Christmas.
Ah,
Mm.
nice.
So I think I've told that story probably 100 times on various shows here, but in case you're new, uh, I my I opened Mario 64 first, and I didn't have an N64, and my grandma hadn't come over yet, and so I was like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" Because my parents have bought me games for wrong systems before, and I'm just,
Mm.
what am I supposed to do with this? It doesn't fit in my Sega Genesis. What are you doing? Um, and so I was just like, okay, I don't know what to do. I'll just act like I'm happy because I don't want to seem rude. And then my grandma comes over and she brings in a bunch of bags, and we open the gifts from her, and she had an extra gift for me out in the car, and it was a
Oh,
Nintendo 64, and it was awesome. It was so cool. Uh, that's still the most memorable Christmas I think I've ever had. Was that
nice.
N64 Christmas? And then I ended up getting Pilot Wings and Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey at Toys R Us like the week later with all these gift cards or gift certificates I got from Toys R Us. Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey, not very good. So, but yeah. All right. Let's do the Boss Rush banter of the week. Banter of the week. What are your hopes and predictions for a Resident Evil 9 by one Stephanie Klimov on bossrush.net?
Who's that?
I don't know.
We're
Some
still doing
Who's
this one?
that? Who's that? Are they new?
no, some associate writer. We don't know. Probably won't last long. Who knows?
Mhm.
Yeah, Stephanie, we're still doing this one.
All right. Well, the reason why I wrote this banter because there are rumors, no surprise, but it's the first sizable one that I've heard in the Resident Evil space in a while of kind of what they're targeting. Um, by Rhino, and it says the characters are rumored to be Jill and Leon being the leads.
Ooh.
Chris and Barry are supporting characters. Um, it's the much older Leon, kind of like Resident Evil 5 and 6 kind of
Five
age.
and six. Five and
Yep.
six.
Rose Winters from Resident Evil 8, so to speak, for the most part, is mentioned. Her blood would be used to create a vaccine for residents on the island where the mold, the mycete was originated. So they're going to kind of continue on the Evelyn storyline, which if you think about Resident Evil series being in threes, this will kind of finish. So again, it's just a rumor. I just think it's funny because I remember back when Corey and I saw the Play Asia like temporary listing. This doesn't mean anything, so to speak. I know Capcom's primary focus is Monster Hunter, but that doesn't mean that they're not starting right production or at least putting ideas for Resident Evil 9. So I figured I'd ask, what would be something that you'd want to see in the next Resident Evil installment?
Well, hopefully a better wrap up to a trilogy than 6 was.
Hmm.
Even though I enjoyed playing 6, but I know that the story in 6 was all over the place and people didn't really care for 6. And I know people really like this new direction that they're going. I would like to see some sort of hybrid between, the remakes, like how the remakes play and look and feel versus, kind of more survival horror again, right? Like I feel like I feel like Resident Evil 4 really struck a great balance in that of like, there's some creepy horror parts, but it feels more actiony and like you're not gonna die right away every time something pops out from behind a wall or something.
Hmm.
Um, of course, I am the Resident Evil aficionado here, as everybody knows. But that's what I would like to see. The thing about Resident Evil is like I really enjoy the story and the lore. I just can't play the games because I'm a wimp.
I mean, if it's in first person, I'm gonna have a hard time playing it because I'm just not a first person horror person. Sorry. I would like for this rumor to be true because I'm a huge fan of Leon Kennedy. That's no surprise. And also, I know Jill's a fan favorite, and I don't think there has been a game where the two have been the primary, like, alternate roles. And I would like a back and forth type structure like Resident Evil 2 was. You know how, like, there's Leon A, Claire B, and vice versa, depending on whose story you play first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I would like it to kind of complete the Mega My Seat side of the story. I'm still sad that Ethan Winters is, spoilers, gone. So um,
Is
I
he
think
though?
uh, he
Is he
lives in
really?
the
Based off what I heard, he's done.
Mm.
he lives in the hearts and minds of the Mega My Seat, My Sight, or whatever.
Mm.
I don't know, but I do want to see Rose in the story somehow. I didn't play it, but I saw the Let's Play of the Resident Evil 8 DLC
The epilogue, yeah, that was
epilogue. Yeah,
basically an epilogue, yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was cool.
Which is pretty cool, actually. Yeah,
Yes.
I saw a Let's Play of it too. I didn't. I keep track of the Resident Evil events because I feel like Resident Evil's become like this thing where like I have to really figure out like if I'm going to actually play because like I didn't embrace the jump to first person. I didn't embrace the
Hmm.
jump at all, and it's been a sticking point of mine. You know, like I still owe Nick Apostolides a full run through of Resident Evil 7. You know, like in VR. You know, which I don't know when I'm ever going to get a VR headset. You know, you know, but you know, playing that means I have to play Resident Evil 8, and I still have not played the RE4 remake because Resident Evil 4 actually is not anywhere close to my favorite Resident Evil game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
mentioned our boy Nick, and I that's kind of like my last thing. I was like, I want Nick in there. Put our
yeah,
boy Nick in there.
yeah, I am
He followed
hoping
me on Instagram. I felt special.
I am hoping for a Jill Valentine return to the series, like an official return to the series, because in all seriousness, we have not seen her since Resident Evil. We have not seen her canonically in the game since RE3. We have seen her. She's only appeared in the latest. She's only appeared recently in the Resident Evil Death Island movie, which I actually
Mhm.
really enjoyed, and it was actually using her RE3 remake, like incarnation, which I thought was cool, but also feels like kind of canon breaks, you know. And also, it was her. It was her and Leon. Leon, Chris, and I'm trying to think. There's somebody else. There's somebody else. It was four. It was four Resident Evil people in that one. I think I have to look it up right now. Resident Evil. Uh, it's been a while since I saw it. Like I saw it as soon as it came out. So like it's uh
Barry.
no. Oh, Rebecca Chambers.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So they technically had an RE1 reunion in Resident Evil 2's presence, you know, with Leon, you know.
Yeah.
Um yeah, unfortunately Nick did not voice Leon in that movie.
What is he doing? um. Yeah. I think. Well,
I think at the time he was busy doing voiceovers for both the Resident Evil Netflix series as well as RE4 remake, if I'm not mistaken.
Didn't in 8, didn't they add a third person mode in 8 when they added the
They
DLC?
did.
Wasn't that like a
They
big
did.
deal?
They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Um I
You still can see Ethan's face though. Kind of
well,
weird.
it's because he's facing forward, man. I don't know, man. I'm just messing with you. I'm wondering if 9 is really going to be the next one or if they're going to remake the first one again because that anniversary is coming up of the first game. And I know they already kind of remade it already, right? For GameCube and then they HD upscaled it or whatever, but like I think a full on like Resident Evil 2 style version of the first game, even 0 too, on the train and have like these fully built models of the mansion or the train, and they're just kind of these open worlds, so to speak, in this, you know, in this space that's fully realized and fully fleshed out. And I don't know. That's what I would like to see. I really like Resident Evil 1 a lot.
The remake, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever play the original?
No.
Okay.
Um, I watched my friend play through it once, but
Uh-huh.
so like I know the differences and everything, but I really really think that remake is cool, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I I would love to see that first one remade again. So that'd be my take, I guess. I wonder what kind of weird story elements they're going to add in 9. Is Wesker coming back? Is he going to be like some sort of werewolf or something?
Nah, Wesker's dead and gone.
Well, you say that.
Well, no, no, no. I mean, no, seriously, he has not been back since his demise in Resident Evil 5. And I mean, like even in RE6, like they even introduced his son,
Hmm.
So yeah, like he's dead and gone.
Yeah,
Because I feel like they would have brought him back by now.
yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
Um,
time will tell.
Time will tell, indeed.
Oh, just because they left an answer last week, Taylor mentioned that maybe she feels like maybe Chris and Jill will return, and also she said confront the BSAA as teased at the end of RE8. And like it will be a third person she says possibly a third person perspective for this one, so kind of break away from they're probably the first person mode, just as a default, but third person will just like kind of like it was one of the Metal Gear Solids that you had a third person mode. Oh no, first person mode versus a third person mode. So there's that.
Yeah, cool. Resident Evil 9, sooner than you think, probably, and it's going to be a hit because Capcom can't miss. So
They are on a hot streak.
yeah. Speaking of hot streaks, let's move into what we've been playing. Stephanie, I'm going to go your way first.
Sure, I'll be the quickest because I'm not having the hottest streak. I've been focusing on a little art project for Boss Rush and indie games, so I've been using some of my free time with that. So the only game that I've been playing is more Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake, and I'm having a good time. I found this speed up battle button or option that Pat told me about, which has been helpful.
Mhm.
um, but it hit that very old school retro, get lost and explore every single freaking barrel and pot, and I'm just having a grand old time having a good old fashioned adventure. So, and it's beautiful and it sounds lovely. So,
Yeah. There was an interview uh about this game, and the big rumor out of that interview is that Final Fantasy VI is the next game that's going to get remade in this art style.
Love it.
Yeah.
I
wow.
love it.
Yeah. Um and everybody kind of wanted 6 to be remade in the style of 7, but they're like, we're never going to do that.
Mm.
And but I think this would be like the best
I was going to say,
of
that's
both
not bad
worlds,
at all.
right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
uh and if they want to sell those games again, right? Because theoretically they're available in perpetuity now on all the platforms. So if they ever want to sell them again, they're going to have to remake them, and this would be the perfect way to remake those games. So
Yeah, I would say so. So,
yeah, I would say 4 and 6 probably would be the ones people would want out of those first however many games, 6, I guess.
Before they went to the full 3D style.
Yeah, I still need to play 4 and
Because
6.
I think I don't know, like there's supposed to be another remaster of 9 coming, like another remaster. I feel like y'all
Oh,
should
it's
just
a
remake that.
remake. It
Oh,
is
it's a
it's
remake.
a remake.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
like the worst kept secret in Final Fantasy land,
yeah.
apparently.
I'm shocked though because I feel like the very emo centric 8 would be the one they would go with next.
People don't like 8 apparently
Oh
because
yeah,
of
they
the
they, they
junction
don't they don't.
system and the scaling leveling thing, and you know
Yeah,
because the game gets harder as you know
I never beat 8, and like I don't I feel like the only way I would return to 8 is if they actually remaster it, remake it, not remaster. If they remaster it, I'm not gonna play it.
yeah.
I see.
No, they did
Did
remaster it because they lost the original source code, so they had to remaster it to resell it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I
that's the
was
only
not
reason.
aware of that.
Yeah, that's the only reason why that weird remaster exists.
Okay, okay.
So,
Is it a good idea then? Because I ordered the anniversary edition of the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 collection. Like,
mhm.
don't even bother playing 6 on that if they're going to eventually make it into a better style.
Well, I mean, I think you could probably play it and then play it again. I think it's.
I
I
don't have
think.
time for that.
Well, I
Come
think it's a
on, Corey.
relatively short game. I
Yeah?
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Final
wait to play
Fantasy?
it.
Short?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that first game is only like 8 or 9 hours. The very first one. I mean, I guess
Mm.
that's long for an NES game, but still, I don't know. Do what you want.
Mm,
It's free. It's
yeah.
it's a free life, I guess.
What you like?
Yeah.
If you haven't
But
played it
anyway,
by now, you could. What's a couple more years?
well, especially since I have like 5,000 other games to play too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I just won't prioritize it. But yeah, so that's just the one game that I'm focusing on now. Hopefully with the holidays I can kind of dig my claws back into Gory, which would have been my PlayStation game that I've been playing.
Nice. How's gory?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's just one of those you're there to just spill some unicorn blood, some zombie
Mhm.
unicorn blood, and you shred on a hoverboard. It's
That's
pretty
so funny. You
awesome.
just said unicorn because I'm looking at Unicorn Overlord on Amazon right now because it's on sale for $30.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Yeah, gory looks
Okay.
cool. LeRon, what about you? What are you dipping into?
Just currently still playing Mario and Luigi Brothership. I kind of like took my foot off the gas on that one because I was going strong on that one. Not saying I just lately just had not been focusing on it. Not saying that I've stopped playing it, just not focusing on it. So I mean, I'll play it like 20, 30 minutes here or there, not enough to really progress story or whatnot. Or I would just play from one save point to another and just be like, that's kind of it, for that run.
Hmm.
Yes, the thing did happen because like I feel like it's Pat's fault because Pat was talking about how I was like besmirching Tekken, and yeah, I got demoted
Mm.
twice and spent the entire week finding my way back up to 25th Dan. So yeah,
Aw.
that's where a lot of my focus was at in gaming. In the time that I was able to slip off, to actually play games and stuff like that. So yeah, just more like like collaborating with Andre on some Monster Hunter stuff. He's been really deep on that on playing Control Ultimate Edition though. Like he loves his Steam Deck. He loves it. He loves it, even though like he was unable to play the Monster Hunter Wilds beta.
Yeah. It's I've been looking at them Steam decks. I've been trying to figure out if
Rumor has it they're about to go on sale again for Christmas.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the non OLED ones are already on sale.
Yeah.
But who wants to watch? Who wants to look at an LCD screen when you got OLED out there? Am I right?
Mm.
I'm just kidding. It's the only one I'm going to be able to afford. If I stop
Uh,
buying, if I stop buying Switch games.
I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. I feel like there's a ROG Ally waiting for you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. You tell me.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to live my life, man.
Okay. I'm trying to help you live that life.
I know.
Mhm.
Speaking of living life, I that's the game I've been playing, the game of life. Uh,
You can be
really,
a winner in the game of life.
I mean, the only things I've been playing are we played Mario Party this weekend. That was fun. Uh, until I
Yeah,
lost.
Nikolai whooped our butts, and Corey is no longer my best friend because he stole my star.
I did. I still came in
Jerk.
third place.
Jerk. Yeah, exactly. You got what you deserve.
Yeah, probably. It's okay though.
Well, what were you playing like on the plane? Playing on the plane ride and
I
stuff.
wasn't playing anything on the plane. I was prepping other stuff, and
Mm.
I kind of sort of fell asleep on the way home, uh, which was good because I never do that anymore. So it was nice. And then we played some arcade games. That was fun.
Yep.
So
The Simpsons was a challenge, but the TMNT game was fun.
Yeah, Simpsons is just like, once you get halfway through that game, it's a slog.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me was like, I kind of feel like walking away halfway through this, but
yeah,
I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Got to tell you though, LeRon, Stephanie beat me in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really bad at that game, or Stephanie's really good. I don't know. It's one or the other, maybe both. I did really bad, like sad bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I stuck with Chun-Li, Juggernaut, and who's that third guy? Remember I asked you, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but he was a future guy from the future.
Cable.
Cable. So those are my 3.
Yeah, I picked different people every time, and I still lost. Man, Captain America sucks in that game.
Yeah.
Well, it helps that Juggernaut's literally the 3/4 the size of the screen.
Yeah, the whole screen. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, that was fun though. It was a really fun outing.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. That's gonna do it. We're gonna wrap it up. Put a nice bow on it and send it out to the world. I want to thank everybody out there for watching and listening to the Boss Rush podcast. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Check out our website, bossrush.net. Leave us a rating and a nice review wherever you listen, and like the video, subscribe to YouTube, all those things. Stephanie, LeRon, thank you for your time tonight, as always. Appreciate both of you.
Always a pleasure.
Hope you both have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
And,
you as well.
Yes, you
Happy
too.
Thanksgiving to our listeners, and if you're not from the States, we're still thankful for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching and or listening. And we'll see you next time. We love you.
Bye.
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deering, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.